This is John for Johngy's Beat and Chicago Patch. I'm here on the beat today. I have the pleasure of being with DePaul freshman player, well, going into finishing your freshman year, Carly Alvers. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for your time. Let's jump right into it because I love softball. I love talking with players like yourself. When did you start playing softball?
So I started playing softball when I was 6 years old. Actually, my dad got me into it when I was little. He got me this Dora Explorer bat, and so we would always play around in like the basement. And then I finally joined like a rec team in my hometown, and then since then I've been playing ever since.
And I know you play infield. What's your natural position or what position do you like the best?
Yeah, I've played all around in the infield. I've played second, short, third, but I am more comfortable at third, but I also like shortstop. So I would say third is probably my favorite.
And I know you had an outstanding career at Lincoln Way Central. Actually, my niece went there about 10 years ago. She
Oh,
graduated from there.
awesome. Yeah.
So, what led you to DePaul?
Um, I just really wanted to be, close to home where my family can come and watch me. That was like my ultimate like deciding factor on where I really wanted to go because like my family is a really big part of like my softball career and stuff. But I've always gone to camps ever since I was like in sixth grade at DePaul. I've gone to the camps at DePaul. I just fell in love with like the city and like the campus. It's a neat school. It's really cool. It's different than most schools. So yeah, I just got like a really good like vibe and like I really like it drawn me toward DePaul and they started recruiting me. Let's see. When I was in like seventh grade, they would like the coaches would come to my tournaments and stuff. And then the the recruiting rule changed my freshman year when I was a freshman. So I couldn't like contact or go on visits till my junior year. And then September 1st, I got a call from Tracy saying she would love to have me on a visit to DePaul. So I went on a visit actually the week after that, and then I just fell in love and I committed. So
Well, that had to be cool being recruited way back in seventh grade.
yeah, it was exciting. Like being in seventh grade, you don't know like really who you are yet. So like I'm like thinking about college is like crazy. So
What was your biggest adjustment in either in like the school end of it or the playing end of it at DePaul?
yeah, it's definitely a lot different than like high school and travel. You're practicing every single day, working really hard, lifting, we have lift. But it's a big adjustment. Living on your own too is what really different, obviously, but it's nice having like you're more independent and just adjusting from like the softball aspect. It's a much faster game, and every single girl is like really good, so like it's definitely different from like high school. But yeah, I
Did
adjusted
you?
pretty a
Oh, I'm
lot.
sorry.
No, you're good.
Any big surprises your first year of playing?
um Honestly, that's a hard question. Let me see. My biggest surprise, hmm. It was honestly just playing like some of the big teams that we played. Like my first start was against, what was it, Minnesota. So I was really surprised by that one, like especially playing like a really good like Big Ten team. That was a surprise for me. And then also that same weekend, I started third base against Oklahoma State, which was a really big surprise too. Playing on one of the biggest stages it was just really cool to experience.
And you had a pretty big. You had several. You had a nice year. You hit 293. I'm pretty sure you had a five RBI game.
Yeah.
Like when you have a game like that, you know you're on. Like, do you feel any different heading into the game or once the game starts? And a lot of players don't get that in their entire career. You got it in your first year at DePaul.
Yeah, that was really cool experience. Like honestly, I didn't expect it at all. I was just going into it like a normal game and I just felt really on and I was feeling good. So, it felt good to have that and to be able like being a freshman to step up and that felt really good.
Now I know Tracy was an excellent pitcher. Coach Tracy was an excellent pitcher at DePaul years ago, but you got a couple of good infielders coaching with Amanda and Abby.
Mhm.
How is it learning from them? Is it intimidating learning from two players that I mean, Abby's playing pro now even, and Amanda had an excellent college career. Is it intimidating at all?
I mean, I mean, at first I was kind of like nervous and intimidated, but it's good to have coaches that are experienced, especially like in the infield. And, they've really helped us. They've helped me personally, things I need to work on, things to get better. And they've really helped me to, push my limits and everything, especially in practice. Like, Coach Amanda Buckles really pushed us in practice. We would do all the drills we would do would be to prepare us for games. Like she would put base runners on and everything was game like. So, that really helped. And with Abby playing pro and she played at Michigan, that is a really good role model for our program too. Like she's young and she knows, she's been through the game, she knows everything. So it's good to have her at DePaul with us. So she's really helped a lot.
Yeah, I don't know Coach Amanda too well. I know Abby from years when she used to play with the Chicago Bandits and then with AU. Excellent person. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better person and an excellent player too. Had you been to DePaul Stadium before you actually signed with DePaul?
Yes, I have. So for the camp, well, the camps were in the gym at the time, but there was one day, it was actually in December. I remember this. I think I was in like 8th grade. It was like really warm out. It was like 60 degrees outside in December. So we had the chance to go hit on the field, which was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that not one of the coolest? I was just talking to Miranda last week. Is that not one of and I'm biased, I guess, but is it one of the coolest fields ever with like right at the heart of the city, you got the L right there?
It's totally Chicago, like having the L right there, all the buildings in the background. It's super cool. And I really wouldn't change it for anything. I love playing there.
Oh, I mean, I obviously haven't been to as many stadiums as you, but I just think it's the best one that I've seen.
Yeah, it's super cool.
No, you changed numbers from high school to DePaul. Is there any reason behind that?
Well, let me see. Okay, in high school, throughout my whole life, I was number 25. Like that was just like the first number that I picked, like when I was like 6 years old, 25. I don't even know why I picked it, but I just picked it. So I stuck with that. And then when I got to freshman year in high school, the freshmen were the last to pick numbers. So the older seniors got to pick first. And so I saw number 10 and I was like, all right, I'll just take number 10. And then to college, same thing. Number 3 was available. So I just took it.
Okay. Well, it's a good reason for it. When you're first playing out there, like your first game, how nervous was your family at your first game at DePaul?
Yeah, they were.
How nervous were you for that first game, or were you just really calm?
I was pretty nervous. I don't usually like get that nervous because I've been like put in countless number of like pressure situations or whatever, but for like the first college game, I was pretty nervous. My parents were too, but it was exciting, getting that experience and like this is my dream to play Division I softball too. So like to actually be out there was such a cool like thing to be in. So, but I calmed down pretty much after that. It was just like the first few innings I was getting used to it, but it was pretty nerve-wracking, but I got used to it.
And how was the experience playing in the Big East tournament on the field in Rosemont? I know it's a beautiful field, but how was your experience there?
It was so exciting. That was literally one of the coolest moments I've ever been in. Like that was like literally the biggest stage I've ever played on in my life. And looking around, seeing all these fans, all the parents, it was so cool. And I'm so lucky I got to experience that.
Well, I would have been there. I tested positive for COVID, so I had to miss it. And I was looking forward to it. I love that tournament. I go there every year. And then I tested positive, so I couldn't go.
Did you watch it online?
I'm sorry?
Did you watch it online?
I did, yeah. Oh yeah. You can't keep me that far away. So I asked Miranda this too, so I'm gonna put you on the spot. Defensive play of the game, home run. Which do you prefer? Which is your bigger thrill?
Oh boy. Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, I feel like home run definitely feels good, but like making that defensive play is a pretty good feeling. Like knowing you're backing up your whole team and just putting yourself out there and making that big play is definitely a cool one. But hitting a home run is pretty good too. When I hit my first home run at DePaul, that was like one of the biggest biggest moments. And
was it actually at DePaul Stadium?
Yeah, it was at the DePaul.
Oh, that had to be great.
I actually hit 2 home runs in the same inning against
Wow, I missed
Georgetown.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. I don't
yeah.
want that can't be very common. I mean, it's really like,
I know, and it was like my first home run too. I'm like, might as well hit another one.
oh, this game's easy, right?
Right.
So you had a lot of, obviously, you were an outstanding ball player in high school. Aside from team victories and all that, like what would you say was your proudest accomplishment in high school playing?
It definitely was making it to state my senior year. Like we always had a good team, like my freshman, sophomore, junior year, but like making it to state my senior year was so special and like going out on top and finishing what like I started. So that was really cool. And like I was playing with my best friends like that I was graduating with. So that was probably one of my proudest moments.
And are you guys practicing now, even in the summertime? Do you practice at all?
We just have like summer workout program from our strength and conditioning trainer. So we've been doing that, but we just basically practice on our own time. And I've been doing, some hitting, some throwing, getting back into it. But yeah.
But like fall ball starts in September, so will there be practices? Like I don't know how that fall ball stuff works. Do you practice before that as a team?
Yeah, we practice, what is it? Like the second week into school. So we practice like every day until I think Halloween it is. And then we do like individual workouts. So it's like only an hour a day with like we do some hitting, fielding, but yeah.
And I know you just finished your first year, so you got a lot of playing left at DePaul. But do you have any plans afterwards to continue coaching at all, or somehow staying in the softball field?
I was actually supposed to coach one of my travel teams this summer, but I'm working at a golf course this summer, so plans change. But after, yeah, I would be like interested in like coaching like my one of my travel teams. I was on the Sparks. They're from Orland Park,
Sure.
so yeah, I would be interested in probably coaching and taking like still have softball involved in my life.
So since you live on campus, right, during the school year?
Yeah.
So, outside of softball, outside of school, what do you do to unwind?
I like to go to the beach. We've been to the beach a few times, go try new restaurants in the city and, just hang out, go shopping. I love shopping downtown. There's so much to do in Chicago. So there's like endless things to do. And we actually went to a lot of Cubs games after season ended. So that was really fun. We went to a few Sox games. So yeah, there's just a lot to do.
So one last question: thin crust or thick crust or stuffed?
Oh,
I asked the tough questions. I know.
yeah, okay, definitely deep dish. Deep dish is my favorite. I actually tried Pequod's, which is
Love
in
it.
Lincoln Park. That is my favorite pizza place ever in Chicago. That I've
Yes, yeah, I'm
ever.
up in Skokie, but there's a Pequod's about maybe less than 10 minutes from my place. And I am there far too frequently. I have to, but I make no apologies for it. I love it. Carly, thank you so much for your time. Before I let you go, do you want to promote anything on social media or anything?
Yeah, you can follow me at Carly Alvers on Instagram, and then you can follow my Twitter at Alvers Carly, and also follow DePaul Softball on Instagram and Twitter.
I encourage everyone, blue grit, right?
Yeah, of course.
Hashtag blue grit. Carly, thank you very much for your time. I will be back out there in the fall watching you guys because I know it's at Cacciatore Stadium. And then I can't wait for fall ball in the next season. But thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on an excellent freshman year. And I look forward to a lot of fun watching you for the next few years.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carly. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye bye.